maximum size and the most potent aloe vera for health reasons, the skin and your hair. A lot of Filipinos think that the aloe vera is very predominantly for the hair, but aloe vera is in Australia, in a lot in America, in Europe, predominantly aloe vera is for internal consumption, for good health internally, to protect the insides of the body. I pushed aside the medicine I was getting from the pharmaceutical and the doctors, and my auntie said I should go and just consume aloe vera, which I did. And when I did, from that day that I actually started to drink aloe vera, which is now 33 years ago, I haven't had to take one day off work for 33 years and lay down in bed sick. I haven't had to see a doctor one time in 33 years. It's extremely bitter. It's called aloe. And the aloe is actually part of the plant's defense system against pests. So you don't get any pests like insect or birds or animals that come and eat the aloe vera. Because as soon as they munch into it, they actually get to that yellow sap, which is just below the green leaf. Okay? And then they say, oh no, we're not going near that. They go and tell all the other birds, don't go near that crop there. That's why aloe vera is actually very good as a natural pest deterrent. Everything like that accumulates in the cell, and then we eventually feel sick, or we get sick and unexpectedly get sick, we get cold and flu, and which is what I do with this one, once it's completely dry, you can see this one's still drying, right? So once this one's completely dry, we actually add it in here dry. And it spins it and it crushes it into a fine powder. You can actually, why don't you this one live for me down? You can have a little bite of it if you want. You can pass it around and you can have a bite a little bit, nibble on it. Okay. A bit bitter. Yeah, still a bit bitter. But we've taken the green leaf off it. But this is very, very high nutritional benefit, even though it's dehydrated, right? Yeah. So it's not hitting the taste bud completely, but it's not about that. What we're actually all about is predominantly for therapeutic health benefits, right? We're interested in healing people that are sick. And that's the reason why we've built this over here. We can have some cancer patients that come here and they can go on a diet of just aloe vera for 1 week. And what happens is we starve out the cancer cells, because if you've got cancer and you continue to have the same diet and eat the sugar, then the sugar acts as a fertilizer to keep the cancer cells growing. They don't tell you this in hospitals, right? And so what we do is we starve out the cancer cells so they don't get the nutrition they want. And the aloe vera acts as a, it goes to battle with the cancer cells. There's a fight on the cellular level in the body, and the aloe vera boosts the good cells in the body to overcome the bad cells and kills them all and eliminates them out of the system, so you can cure your cancer. I've got a lady sitting the other day, massive tumour coming from her thing, like that big. It's not actually, I've got a photo of it. This has only just come in the other day, right? And she went on aloe vera juice. She rang me up and said, "What's your take?" I said, "You need to drink the aloe vera juice because the tumour on the outside is a result of what's going